I just want Ludacris to know that if he needs anybody to tug on them braids a little bit, I am available.
Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Cause it seems like you are through with it.
Now, as usual, I'm going to plug it in. We have another episode of the Expression Podcast coming out on patreon.com/AdrianExpression tomorrow. The patrons already know that because they're the ones who always supply me the topics to talk about on these podcast episodes. So yeah, get into it. There's all sorts of extra goodies up there for y'all. Y'all already know. Let's just get right into everything that's going on. Now, I just want to do a really super quick rundown of certain things that are happening in the music industry. First of all, we had Nicki Minaj's album come out. What else is going on? Chloe actually did this cover of Love on the Brain by Rihanna. That shit went fucking viral on Twitter. What else? Lil Nas X said that he's going to be releasing this song and video on Friday. He said it's going to be him talking to a younger version of himself who is struggling on the inside, hating himself and doesn't want to live anymore. And he says he's trying to uplift him with this song and video, so I cannot wait to see what that is going to be serving. What else? There's a whole lot of shit. Justin Bieber's out here looking like Cynthia from the fucking Rugrats. Like, girl, I mean, it's giving porcupine and cactus teas. Don't know what's going on in that realm of the world, in that realm of heterosexuality. But if someone can decipher it, if someone can explain to me what the hell, you know, he's walking around here, it seemed like he's really, really Christian with that crown of thorns on his motherfucking head. Anyway, let's move into some of the cool things that are happening. First of all, Jaden Smith has apparently been doing this since 2019 with his I Love You restaurant, like food truck. But apparently he's going to actually be opening an actual restaurant in Los Angeles to feed unhoused people in the Skid Row area. I thought that was awesome. Jaden Smith's goal is to provide access to plant-based food for those in need, and of course it's kind of like a no questions asked kind of thing. The restaurant will be open to everyone, but I thought this was interesting how they're doing it. They said those that can afford a meal can expect a pay it forward price. So Jaden Smith said this. Basically, the restaurant is for homeless people to get free food, but if you are not homeless, not only do you have to pay, but you have to pay for more than what the food is worth so that you can pay for the person behind you. So I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously not like super versed in like a whole bunch of business and corporate shit like that, but I never really heard of that kind of thing. I'm sure it exists in other businesses and other places, but I feel like for it to be talked about, and of course for him to be obviously a big ass celebrity and doing this kind of shit, love it so much. You know, out of all the shitty news that we're getting this week and this fucking year, it's nice to hear something like that going on. I don't know, like Jaden and Willow are really fucking cool. I wish they could spread some of that coolness around to some of these whack ass celebrities. You know what I mean? Can y'all meet up and figure out how to siphon that cool shit off to the rest of these bitches that walk around here? Cause I don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. Get me out of here. Something else that I thought was really cool that happened was the fact that I guess organizers for Pride in NYC have apparently banned the NYPD from bringing their asses over there, like taking their asses to Pride until 2025. Now, of course, you can imagine there was a lot of pushback, specifically from Mayor de Blasio. He had this to fucking say. First of all, he called the ban on police at Pride, he called that a mistake. He said, look, I fully appreciate the extraordinary history of Pride in this city. That's one way to put it, nigga. Like, this man really said the extraordinary history of Pride in this city. And I honor what Pride has achieved over the years. Yeah, it achieved fighting the fuck out of NYPD. What are you talking about? Marsha and them was throwing bricks at y'all asses. You know what I mean? Poses over here showing like all the fucked up shit that not only, you know, has been going on in the past when it comes to the NYPD or police in general, and the LGBT community, but the fact that it still goes on today. What are y'all talking about? The extraordinary history of Pride. Yeah, y'all officers beating our asses up. What are you talking about? I mean, he went on. First of all, this is what he said. First of all, we have to keep people safe, and it's been an incredibly safe, positive event. and we have to be mindful of continuing that. He said, second of all, I believe in inclusion. Girl, when people are close to like oppressive ass arms of the government and shit, talk about inclusion. Like, what are you bitches doing? Inclusion was not made for you hoes who already defined who was included in this bitch in the first place. What are y'all talking about? But anyway, he said, second of all, I believe in inclusion, and we're talking about one of the issues is officers who are members of the LGBT community wanting to march and express their pride and their solidarity with the community and their desire to keep changing the NYPD and changing the city. But if y'all hoes want to come to Pride, y'all know how to be undercover. Y'all know how to walk around in plain clothes and shit. Like, what you talking about? All the policemen want, take that shit off and people won't know that your ass is NYPD. Like, bitch, y'all bitches do that shit anyway. Anyway, the whole point is that you hoes have a history of fucking violence and shit. We don't feel safer when y'all hoes is around. Like, it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. And the organizers have said that the police need to acknowledge their harm and to correct course moving forward. They said the sense of safety that law enforcement is meant to provide can instead be threatening and at times dangerous to those in our community who are most often targeted with excessive force and or without reason. So yeah, girl, no cops at Pride, period. You can stay mad about it. You can stay pressed about it all you want. The organizer said the only way cops will be involved, if I understand, is if it's absolutely necessary and mandated by city officials. But they said other than that, bitch, no cops at Pride. Love it. I hope that more Pride events, I hope that more Pride, organizers, city officials, whatever, fall in line with this shit. Get their asses out of here. As the great scholar Ludacris said, move, bitch. Get out the way. And I want y'all to know that is in regards to you hoes flocking around my man. Now, Ludacris, apparently, look at this video. Oh my gosh. I was like, just from this video, you can already tell that whatever Ludacris is packing, it's not lacking. Did you hear what I said to you? I said, whatever Ludacris is packing, it's not fucking lacking. Ludacris looked fine as hell. He brought these motherfucking braids back. He put this picture up talking about 2000 versus 2021, and he looks absolutely gorgeous. And y'all can say what y'all want to say about it. Like I said, if he's looking for somebody tucking them damn braids, pulling them braids, Rapunzel, let down your hair, Ludacris. I'm ready. I will have your beard looking GLAMOROUS. I'm going to be flying first class on your face. I'm gonna have a seat at the front, at the cockpit. You hear what I'm saying? At the cockpit. Now that's all I really want to say about Ludacris' ass. I don't know what else going on. I looked really quickly on his Instagram. I don't know. It seemed like he have a whole thing going on. A family type of thing. It's okay. You scroll by them pictures really quick and look at his fine ass. Look at them braids. That's all you need. That's all you need. So pick me up on a Monday. Pick me up on a hey, Luda. Hey. So the CDC made this really weird announcement, basically saying, you know what? If you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask anymore, okay? We don't have to wear that shit no more. I mean, the White House jumped on that shit, bitch. They whispered the first one, fully vaccinated people can stop wearing masks. Like, they made sure you could see the can stop wearing masks first, and you gotta squint to see the fully vaccinated. Now, I do feel like, of course, in general, I feel like people are gonna be wearing masks less just because of, what's going on, the vaccinations, the lower cases, whatever. I just feel like that's what people are going to be doing. But I feel like given the population, given the mental capacity, the mental ability, the intellectual lack of power in this population, making a statement like this is really kind of crazy and irresponsible. In my eyes, I feel like they're doing this because, like somebody said on Twitter to me, I forget who it was, they said they want to get our asses back on the fucking plantation. Like, they want to get the population back on the plantation, bitch. They said, get y'all ass back to work. Y'all bitches don't need no unemployment benefits. Y'all don't need none of that shit. Get y'all ass back to work. And that's what I feel like they're doing, especially since the White House hopped on that shit. They was talking about, oh girl, we need at least 70% of the population to be vaccinated for this shit for this shit really go away, or before it really dies down to the point where we can feel comfortable taking the mask off. And bitch, only like 30-40% of the fucking population has vaccinations. It's just like, okay. But that's not the main point. For me, the main point is there's going to be people now feeling even more emboldened to harass employees to harass, because bitch, it's one thing if the CDC and the government, whatever the fuck they say, bitch, okay, but if you come into their businesses and their establishment and shit without no mask on and they drag the shit out you, it's like, then they're gonna feel more emboldened. Didn't you see what the White House said? Didn't you see what CDC said? Given the way that this population is so selfish and so destructive to each other, you know what I mean? I just feel like this announcement could have waited until the end of the goddamn year, bitch. And y'all gonna put these employees, y'all gonna put these workers at even more risk, as we saw with Ricky. I don't even know how to pronounce his last goddamn name. What's his last name? Ricky Schroder or something like that? Apparently he's a former child star or something. Don't ask me who the fuck he is. I'm telling you, I don't know, but he apparently went viral because he used to be in a whole lot of movies and shit on TV, I guess. Look at him harassing a Costco supervisor.
I'm a supervisor, front-end supervisor.
And why aren't you letting me in?
Because in the state of California and the county of Los Angeles, there has been Costco, there's been no change to our mask policy. Not in the state of California or in the county of Los Angeles.
Didn't you see the news? You didn't see the news. Nationwide Costco has said you don't need to wear a mask.
Actually, that's not accurate.
What is
follow the guidelines?
Okay. I'm getting my refund. I'm getting my refund from Costco. I suggest everybody in California get their refund from Costco. Give up your membership to Costco until they remove this.
I'm the manager.
Okay, I'm suggesting everybody in California get a refund from Costco until this rule is lifted.
I just feel like it takes so much energy for me to already to go grocery shopping. Like, bitch, I gotta go. Oh God, I gotta roll around and these bright ass lights with this shopping cart, bitch. I gotta take my ass out the house, find my mask, it's just so much shit to already go grocery shopping. But for me to whip out my phone and harass somebody who working there, it's like, man, I don't even want to be in this grocery store right now. Like, y'all lucky I got to eat, bitch. If I was a snake or a python, bitch, I would eat once a month, once a week or some shit, bitch, and I'll be done when I have to come in this bitch. But I already don't want to be here. And then I can imagine expending more energy to go harass people who are working. They're just trying to get a paycheck. They're just trying to work. You know what I mean? They're just trying to work. They have to be so kind to y'all, and I wish that they didn't. I wish they could tell y'all to shut the fuck up, stop recording me, dumb bitch, and sit your ass the fuck down, or take your ass back to your car and get the fuck out of here. I'm so mad that they have to be nice to you weirdos. You weirdos. It's important to remember here, though, that Ricky's dumbass had apparently been one of the key people to bail Mr. Kyle Rittenhouse, Mr. Cross State Lines with a gun. Yeah, you know that guy. He was apparently instrumental in getting his ass out of jail. Did you know that? He apparently put up hundreds of thousands of dollars towards Kyle Rittenhouse's $2 million bail and also his defense. You know, this way he said, this was Kyle's life being destroyed. This is his freedom at risk. It infuriated me to see an innocent 17-year-old young man being tried and found guilty before trial. So yeah, I mean, you can already tell from those actions, from his words and thoughts, how much of a dumbass he is. And I hope that no other Costco employee, any other employee in general, has to deal with his annoying ass. He needs to sit his ass down in his motherfucking house. So if you missed it, 60 Minutes apparently recently did this special on UFOs. They were talking to government officials about their encounters with unidentified flying objects. They call it UAPs. I think it's unidentified aerial phenomena or something like that. Don't quote me on that shit. But yeah, I think they were talking about footage that was classified in the early 2000s and shit and has been declassified. But yeah, during this interview, they were really getting into it. I did not see the whole thing. I only saw certain clips. I never know what to think about these things because I'm like, ma'am, are y'all sure that it's not one of y'all top secret ass, weirdo ass military programs that fucked y'all over? But they were like, no, it's real, and this, tic-tac looking thing was spinning around and it dropped 80,000 feet in a second. I was like, well, if it's really aliens and they doing all this reconnaissance, they were like talking about since 2004 they've been seeing this shit. At least it was being officially reported by the military since like 2004 or whatever. So, I'm just like, okay, these aliens doing all this reconnaissance and ain't nothing happening, nothing going on. Anyway, the most incredible thing to me about that is the fact that it's just like another headline. Like no one is like, oh my gosh, making a huge deal out of it. No one is saying anything. I mean, especially since we heard about it before. But I just think that there's so many other things going on that we don't have time to focus on E.T. and his motherfucking weirdo friends. Like, we just don't. Especially not when the Biden administration is out here doing shit like this. They have apparently approved the sale of $735 million worth of precision-guided weapons to Israel, while literally while the administration was saying, oh girl, we're calling for a ceasefire, but you know, Israel does have the right to defend itself, while we're seeing like Israel destroying media and news platforms in Gaza. Like, while all that shit is going on, while all this death and devastation is going on, you have the US, while it's presenting one message to the public, the US is still over here trying to sell weapons to like $735 million worth of it, right? While the United States citizens are over here in a pandemic, fucked up ass healthcare, motherfucker, starving bitch. But bitch, we have the money and we have it's in our priority to sell weapons. It's just, I hate it here. We ain't got no time to worry about no goddamn UFOs. But what we do have time to worry about is Matt Gaetz. For just 1 second, we're gonna end the video right here. Apparently, this plea hearing was going on. So Joel Greenberg was an associate of Matt Gaetz, and he pled guilty, bitch. He pled guilty. You already know Matt Gaetz is on the chopping block. They coming for his ass, honey, right? So I guess Matt Gaetz, wingman, Joel Greenberg, he felt remorse. He pled guilty to all 6 counts that were against him, bitch. All 6 charges, including sex trafficking on a minor, right? But the most hilarious part of this day is like, while that plea hearing was going on, a plane flew this banner, I think like over the courthouse or some shit. This shit was hilarious. TikTok, Matt Gaetz, TikTok, TikTok. We're gonna see your face all over the media pretty soon. I mean, this shit was so funny. MSNBC, the news networks had this shit on the Everybody knows what's gonna happen. Everybody knows what's gonna happen. So, I mean, the clock is ticking, ho. It's not gonna be a fun experience like a social media platform. It's just gonna be like a grandfather clock, bitch. The time is running out, ho. And when it runs out, a loud sound like Judgment Day is gonna come out, and that loud sound is gonna be the sound of my voice dragging your ass on the video, Matt Gaetz. And on that note, everybody, make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.